Hi folks, believe it or not, we're at Unit 6 already, and this week will just be, I think, a lot of miscellaneous topics, and I'm going to start with what are called inputs. So those are easy things that you can add to your notebook that allows the user to give some inputs. So you'll see what I mean. We're going to start with sliders in this video. So if you could just go to our collection again. So get to my home page, get to my collections, find our collection for our class, and pop open the template. And just right away, you always want to fork that. And we will, let's call this sliders. All right, and I have something extra now on the template. I've imported some help here to put these sliders together. All right. So without this, what we're about to do would not be possible. Okay, so let's just forget about this main SVG thing for a moment, and let's come in here and I'll show you what a slider is. So to make a slider, you just type slider and some parentheses. And then actually that right there, that will make a slider. And you can see it makes a slider that goes from 0 to 1. Now you can change the parameters by putting a JavaScript object in there. So for instance, you could set the max to be 10. So if I that there, now you can see it goes from 0, which is the default, to 10. You could also put a minimum in there if you want. Why don't we say 3? So you can see I'm just making a JavaScript object to set these options. So now I start at 3, I go up to 10. Okay. And another one that I like is step. So if I say step is 1, then it'll just go by ones, and that's a way that you can get 3 to 10 and just the integers. Okay? So that's how you make a slider. All there is to it. We always want to give it a name. For this video, let's just call it S. But there is one other special thing. So when we're doing these inputs, and we're going to do 3 different kinds of inputs. When you name it, put view of in front of your variable. And the reason for that is, I think, a little bit beyond the scope of the course. But what that allows is the following. So if I open up another cell and I put S here, S takes on whatever the slider is. See that? So as I move the slider, S is taking on those values. If you leave view of out, what you're storing in S is the actual slider itself. But if you put view of there in front, then what gets stored in S is the value of the slider. And that's what's really helpful. Okay. All right, so that's a slider, and we're going to do 2 more. We're going to do select box, and we're also going to do radio buttons. So we'll do select next.